These are fun figurative languages. So you have Otis onomatopoeia, Heidi hyperbole, Mr. Met metaphor, Simon simile, Allison Addison, who's in alliteration, personification Persia, and idiom Ilario. A simile, remember that's comparing two things using like or as. For example, her fingers felt as cold as ice. My name is Simon and I love similes. Like and as are my two favorite words. Metaphor compares two things without using like or as. For example, that running back is a beast. I'm Mr. Met. Met is short for metaphor. I love comparing two things, but I do not use like or as. No. Only that pest Simon uses like or as. Hyperbole. Remember, that's an exaggeration. For example, I felt like it had been 1,000,000 hours since I ate something. Hi, I'm Heidi. I love hyperboles. Whoa, that snake is like 5 miles long. Uh-oh, I exaggerate all the time. Onomatopoeia. A sound word. Example, honk or buzz or bang. I'm Otis the owl. I love sound words. Hoo-hoo, oink, oink, bang, splash, click. I love sounds. My eyes get big when I hear sounds. Personification gives human qualities to objects or things. Example, the sad snow slowly melted. We know snow, it can't really be sad. I'm Persia. I love personifications. Basically, I give human qualities to things. For example, that cheese is shouting at me, come eat me. Cheese can't really shout, but I gave it human qualities. Alliteration, a sentence that has words that start with the same letter or sound. Example, James jumps over the jackrabbit. You see, not all of them have J's, but most of the words in the sentence do. I'm Allison Addison. My favorite form of figurative language is alliteration. Idiom, a word or phrase that means something different than its literal meaning. For example, the teacher let Jan off the hook. I didn't really have Jan on a hook. I meant something totally different, like I let her get away with something. I'm Ilario, the idiom maker. Listen carefully to what I say. Try to wrap your head around what I say. Usually I use words that mean something different than what it sounds like. Okay, so here's time for a quiz. Name that figurative language. Honk honk, out of nowhere, the car behind us started blaring their horn. This is an example of hyperbole, onomatopoeia, metaphor, personification. Give you a couple seconds to think about it. Alright, if you said onomatopoeia, Otis, then you were correct. The sleepy sun peeked around the fluffy clouds. This is an example of a personification, simile, metaphor, hyperbole. Couple seconds to think about it. If you said personification, you are correct. Persia said it. Alrighty, name that figurative language. I have like 1,000,000 hours of homework. This is an example of a simile, personification, metaphor, or hyperbole. Okay, get ready. If you said hyperbole, you got it right. Mom said this entire house is a complete disaster. This is an example of personification, onomatopoeia, a metaphor, simile. If you said metaphor, you got it right. He's comparing a house to a disaster. I told Craig, you're all bent out of shape. Why don't you take a deep breath and just calm down? This is an example of a hyperbole, an idiom, a metaphor, or personification. Give you a couple seconds to think about it. Hopefully you said idiom. Bent out of shape. You can't really be bent out of shape. A lazy lizard licks a lollipop. This is an example of a metaphor, onomatopoeia, alliteration, or simile. This one should be easy. There's a lazy lizard licks a lollipop. Alliteration is the answer. A tiger tap dances his way into trouble. Alliteration, hyperbole, simile, metaphor. That should be easy again. Tiger taps trouble. Alliteration again. The fire jumped